Xabi Alonso just got sacked by Real Madrid, and Liverpool fans are already planning his homecoming. But here's what nobody's talking about. This might actually happen, I think, and I'm about to show you exactly why the timing is perfect, why Arne Slot's seat is hotter than anyone admits, and why this romantic idea might be the most logical move Liverpool could make. Look, 2 seasons ago, Xabi Alonso was untouchable. The invincible season at Leverkusen, every top club wanted him, including Liverpool. Madrid got him. 7 months later, gone. And the second that news broke, my notifications exploded with Liverpool fans saying the same thing. Bring him home. Now, most people will tell you that's just emotional nonsense, fan fiction, Twitter daydreaming. But stick with me here, because by the end of this video, you're going to see why this isn't just possible. It's becoming inevitable. First, let's kill the narrative that Alonso failed at Madrid, because that's not what happened. What actually happened is far more interesting for Liverpool fans, and I'll explain why in a second. This was mutual consent, not a sacking, not a failure. Both sides looked at each other and said, "This isn't working." And here's the thing that nobody's talking about. Alonso left because of 3 specific issues: physical preparation problems, poor relationships with key players, and 1 bad performance in a Super Cup final. Now, does any of that sound terminal to you? Because to me, that sounds like a manager who walked into the wrong environment, not a manager who forgot how to coach. The physical issues? That's a club structure problem. The player relationships? That's Madrid egos, not coaching ability. The Super Cup loss? 1 game. And that brings us to the key question. What if I told you walking away from Madrid might be the best thing that happened to him? Stay with me here, because the issues at Madrid, they're not following him. Player power at Madrid is legendary. Vinicius reportedly wasn't on board. Valverde had issues with his role. Some players didn't buy into his methods. But here's the thing, that's a Madrid problem, not an Alonso problem. At Leverkusen, players ran through walls for him. He created an invincible season with belief and tactical clarity. What changed at Madrid wasn't his ability, it was the environment. And now, he's free to find the right one. Which brings us to Liverpool. Because if you're looking for a club with less ego, more unity, and a fan base that would actually back him, you'd struggle to find a better fit than Anfield. But here's where it gets interesting, because this isn't just about Alonso being available, it's about Liverpool desperately needing someone. And if you think Arne Slot's job is safe, you haven't been paying attention. Let me be brutally honest with you. Arne Slot has done a poor job this season. And I'm not saying that to pile on, I'm saying it because it's the reality. The results have dipped. The performances have become predictable. The tactical identity, confused. Liverpool fans backed Klopp through rough patches. They understood transitions. They gave him time. But Slot isn't Klopp. And patience has limits. Now, this is where the Alonso conversation stops being hypothetical and starts being strategic. Think about the problems Alonso had at Madrid. Player power? Liverpool's dressing room isn't Madrid's. Physical preparation? Liverpool have a proper structure for that. 1 bad result ending everything? That's not how Anfield operates. In other words, every problem that made Madrid the wrong fit for Alonso doesn't exist at Liverpool. And that's not romantic thinking, that's just logic. He understands the club, the culture, the pressure, the history. He's tactically modern, but emotionally familiar. The fan base already loves him. The players would respect him from day one. This isn't some random appointment. This is a homecoming with world-class credentials. But, and this is critical, romance doesn't guarantee success. And Liverpool know that better than anyone. Because here's the reality check. Liverpool don't panic hire. They value process, long-term thinking, stability. So even though Alonso ticks every box, even though the timing seems perfect, even though the fans are begging for it, the board still has massive decisions to make. Do they pull the trigger on Slot mid-season? Do they wait until summer and risk losing Alonso to another club? Do they trust that Slot can turn it around? These conversations are happening behind closed doors right now. And here's what I think is actually going to happen. Liverpool will give Slot until the end of the season. Publicly, they'll back him, but privately, they'll be having conversations, quiet ones, with Alonso's representatives. Because the one thing Liverpool do brilliantly is plan ahead. And having Xabi Alonso available right now, fresh from leaving Madrid by mutual consent, with no baggage, no buyout clause, no complications, that's not an opportunity they'll ignore. The question isn't if they're interested. The question is when will they pull the trigger?